as we sort of march toward the opening bell this morning, I mean, obviously, the fact that we have seen the Nasdaq rallying in advance of these earnings tells us something about the expectations game, right? And that there was this expectation that somehow these guys would pull it out and do better than estimated. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they have not, is more reflected in these stock prices and the declines that we're seeing than they otherwise might.
It also might be investors thinking to themselves, what more could possibly happen at this point? If you're already pricing in the FX headwinds that all of the companies are talking about, if you're already pricing in a consumer that may not be cozying up to some of the consumer technology that you're purchasing, and if you're already pricing in a severe slowdown in ad spends, then for investors, they may look at this and say, okay, is everything fully priced in at this point? And now it's just kind of a wait and see effort to understand fully where that ad spend continues to pull back, where discretionary dollars may tighten up even further from here, and on what spectrums of the affluent income consumer or a low income consumer. And so with all of those things considered, there's a lot to still know about it, but there's been so much of the consideration that's already been kind of levied towards the share prices here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Last night, listening to those earnings calls from Alphabet and Microsoft, I thought futures would have been down 300-400 points. But the fact that they're not might be pretty telling.
Maybe because things weren't even worse?
I mean, Alphabet said they're essentially really almost done hiring. It's just, I haven't heard that tone before. Microsoft, barely grew in some areas of its business, signaling a major PC slowdown. This is big stuff.
But we knew about the major PC slowdown, right?
It's tough to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling a little bit with it too. But yeah, we got obviously a sharply lower open that we're setting up for, particularly with the Nasdaq here because of all of these tech heavyweights reporting and disappointing. You got there another heavyweight of a different kind ringing the opening bell this morning, 3M,
tough quarter for them,
with the opening bell. But again, it is interesting here as we try to kind of make sense of this, like just how bad are things. Yes, we have these companies that are not hiring anymore, but they've been hiring for years, like a lot of people. So
I wonder if you work at Google. Maybe don't get your free food. I know it's very important. You have to have your free food at Google from various outfits from around the world. You need your free food.
I think the free food is still. I don't think the free food's going anywhere.
Big expense. Big expense.
If they're but also people aren't at the office anyway. I don't know.
I'll take away my free food.
Brad, help us here. We need some free food. We need some interactive
Everybody,
action.
if you're coming back into the office, everybody's kind of channeling or paraphrasing Fetty Wap. Throw that free food my way.
Wow.
All right. Well, here we are out of the gate here. The Dow Jones Industrial Average. Right now, we're seeing the flat just barely to the upside here by about 8-9 points, we'll call it, over the past 2 days. Still holding on to gains. We've got a little bit of hyper oscillation out of the gate here, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Additionally, the Nasdaq Composite right now, you're actually seeing that down by about 240 points. I'll dig into tech in a moment, but right now it's down by a little more than 2% for the tech-heavy average. The S&P 500, you're also seeing that to the downside by about 0.9%. So let's dig into the sectors to see where some of the most declines are coming in from at this point in time. Early in today's trading session, just about 90 seconds in here, you've got more advancers than laggards here, but there you're clearly seeing technology. That is one of the major laggards here on the day off the back of some of those earnings reports from mega cap tech. 2.5% lower for XLK. You've also got communication services that is down by about 2.7% right now. And then just taking a quick look at the Nasdaq 100 heat map where many of those tech components lie. You're taking a look here at Microsoft. Microsoft is down by about 7.8%. Additionally, they're taking a look at Google, Alphabet, whatever you want to call them lower by 8.7% right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at TXN over your shoulder there, down 4% also. So definitely, but not as much red as that overall on that NASDAQ 100 heat map as I might have anticipated, which is also interesting here. Obviously, not everything on there is tech. You got Pepsi up, for example, but still, halvesies, about halvesies.
Yeah,
interesting there. Yeah.